Look at how chemtrailed the sky is. You just see it way. How many chemtrails are there? And also, I've heard that there's several states that have passed anti-chemtrail legislation. So maybe there's some hope that this BS could end. All right, we got ourselves a big thought-based buzz. And as I was thinking about Trump revealing the reptilians, this probably a hologram due to the timing. Mechanic star, black helicopter.
Look at the situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the street, so I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my tin in my hand and a gleam in my eye. I'm a loped out gangster, set tripping banker, and my homies is down, so don't arouse my anger. Fool, death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life, do or die. What can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24?
No, they said, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk. President Musk will be attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock.
To restore democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy? To restore democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy?
So when I first saw that clip that's going around social media, I actually wasn't sure, is this real? Is this not real? And so I did some digging. I found the full clip. You can see it for yourself. And when you see the full thing, you say, okay, this is real. Have a watch.
So the at a high level, if you say, what is the goal of Doge and I think a significant part of the presidency is to restore democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy? Well, if you don't have a feedback loop, okay, we would have to, if you it's all right. Tell you, gravitas can be difficult sometimes.
And so we'll debate whether or not the kid said, you're not the president, you need to go away. However, if you put this in context, you'll see the kid is definitely talking to Trump, saying stuff. And here he looks like he's saying to Trump to basically shush your mouth, be quiet kind of stuff. Have a watch.
Partnership with the agency heads, and I checked frequently with the president to make sure that this is what the president wants to have happen. So we talk almost every day, and there are sort of checks in place. So it's not just us just going in and doing things willy-nilly. It's in partnership with the agency heads, and I check frequently with the president to make sure that this is what the president wants to have happen. Prices from one year to the next are the same, and they're democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy? Well, if you don't have democracy, this may seem like, well, are we in a democracy? Well, if you don't have
conducted them in Europe and the United States. Can we start with the United States?
Yes, I have seen at rituals, I have seen George Bush, I have seen Madeleine Albright, I have seen Henry Kissinger, I have seen Ronald Reagan, and I have also, by the way, seen his wife, Nancy Reagan. I have seen Hillary Clinton before I knew she was Hillary Clinton. At the time, at these rituals, she is involved. The other people that I have named I have seen shapeshift into reptilians. The two sons of George Bush present at these rituals.
Are these the sons that have become governors?
Yes, one is in Florida and one is in Texas. Did I mention Jay Rockefeller? And he shapeshifts because I've seen the Queen Mother there, and I have seen the Queen there. I've seen Princess Margaret there. I've seen Charles there, and they shapeshift.
What came to me is that, or the thought that I had, I should say. I don't want to say something came to me. Oh, it came to me, a divine inspiration. These religious people are full of shit, friends. I'm sorry to have to tell you. Almost all of them are full of shit. You see on YouTube all the beautiful preaching and good points that I couldn't argue against. Good points, good scriptural points. But oh God, how they're full of shit, friends. I don't know how to tell you this. So much so that I personally, not to judge anybody else, that I can't listen to them anymore. I can't hardly listen to him. Like, this guy, I just happened to come across this guy, and I was looking at him because I was looking at something else, and somebody referred to this one preacher, this Filipino guy, and he made good points. But afterwards, there was this feeling. Okay, now, this could be, very well, I just want to, as a disclaimer, this could be because I myself am unrighteous in my own deeds, therefore his godly deeds, which probably include not cursing and swearing, which I shouldn't do, set my intention, but I haven't achieved it yet, because I somehow feel like this is the way real people talk. But even so, even though he may have progressed to a level I haven't, it could be that I resent because he has and I haven't. So that's my disclaimer. It could be, and these people that I also look at them and I don't like them. But I have to tell you my current opinion after talking with the angel who related to me very similar things. And we're talking about someone who can heal any disease or injury. She had an invisible sword and she could, not a big deal, make people and bodies out of nothing. Make people, I said, and bodies out of nothing. Told me that this one preacher I was listening to, this one other guy, she was looking at him, basically full of it, is what she was saying, okay? And I couldn't, because this guy has good scriptural points, not even points that I wouldn't argue against. I wouldn't be up there saying this guy, what he was saying was wrong. And yet somehow, ooh boy, you can feel it. I can feel it. I don't know about you. I can feel it, man. So I mean, but each man has to decide for himself, Couldn't blame anybody for liking somebody and adhering to them and learning from them. What am I going to speak against other people in particular? And I saw some other preachers, Chris LaSala, getting into these contentions with people, basically getting into a big, breakdown of how these people are wrong. Maybe I should do that in some cases if I see something, where I could really show you how. But I think it's more of every man's heart will find it for himself if the Lord give it to him in his heart to know who is who and who's what. Otherwise, I would say, beware the leaven of these modern preachers. Again, I couldn't even give you any good basis. These people could probably argue me under the table. Boom, shut me up fast. If I ever have to have like a on-camera debate. All I could do finally is just say, I don't know, but I just feel like you're full of it, man. I don't have an explanation. You're just full of it. And who in the audience would follow me? Who in the audience would go, yeah, he's right. God damn it, he's full of it. So there's this guy that I've been watching for years now, and he got his ass kicked off of YouTube for exposing police, okay? His channel, currently, he reopened another channel on YouTube called Here's the Deal, okay? Now this guy, I mean, I gotta say, he makes good arguments, and he shows good footage, and he's worth watching, and it's worth learning a lot of things. And so don't mistake me that I'm speaking against him, except that because I think that it is worthwhile to do what he's doing and push back on police. because there's a lot of things that go wrong. I just want to be sure that you guys who listen to me understand my position, that I think it's not just foolish to be disrespecting or contentious with police in public, but I think it's wrong, and that if they give you a lawful order, that you should follow it. If they ask for your ID, even though there's some things that I've seen where they, you don't have to hand over your ID, and other interesting things. I saw this one guy said his video was deleted from YouTube, talking about how you actually don't even need a license, and you have the right to pass on a public street, and you have the right to choose what artifices you hang from your vehicle, like license plates. But at the same time, I don't advocate this one guy, like he became homeless. He was showing on here, this guy on Here's the Deal, and what happened was, so he was living in his truck, but he ran out of money to pay his insurance, and the police pulled him over at a gas station, and he got out of his car and pulled a gun on the police officer and shot and killed the police officer. And of course, as you know, my position on that is no way is that right. Even if there's a part of us that totally empathizes with the guy and this whole situation that we're in, but remember who's really in charge, okay? Because you know that I talk about the reptilians, and they haven't been able to shut me up after 3 assassination attempts. In 2 of those assassination attempts, the would-be assassins died, and horribly so. In one case, the actor Paul Walker and his buddy came over to have a little Richard Bruce snack. Who can believe it? Who can believe it? A friend from Australia, by the way, just wrote me this morning. I got friends in Australia, and nice person, and they emailed me to let me know that they hadn't seen any of my movies for a while, and they were searching for someone with a similar name, and suddenly that person realized that they hadn't seen me in a while, and they went to my channel and they found that they had been unsubscribed from my channel. So just in case you didn't know this, I continue to tell people about this, and everybody who's in the truth movement knows that YouTube massively censors. Okay, you're not going to see the Vice President, J.D. Vance, and he gave that excellent speech to the, and it was an excellent speech. I watched the whole thing to the Security Council, about a 15-minute talk, but a lot of them laughed and sniggered while he was talking. And a lot of them didn't clap, and you could see the people kind of laughing and whispering to each other, some of the generals and people from the European countries, kind of going, yeah, right. And I empathize with them, because you need to clean up your own house before you go lecturing other people. Okay, J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, when are you going to do something about censorship on the biggest, most important social media platform in America and the world, YouTube? Don't be fooled, okay, about bigger numbers, blah, 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 on TikTok, X is more popular, bullshit. The most popular, the most widely watched, and the most important, where people go to get real information, platform on planet Earth is YouTube. Make no mistake, do not be fooled, okay? It's way more profitable, way bigger, and way more powerful than any social media platform in the world. Don't give me no bullshit. And it is massively censored, okay? They won't let my channel grow. This nice person from Australia was just telling me that she had been unsubscribed, and that, I don't know if it's I don't know if it was a she. They didn't tell their name, and I don't blame them. A lot of people, they won't want me to use their real name. I don't know who it was. It was just somebody who emailed me anonymously, and what I reply is that I have to watch every single day, that I'll get subscribed. I got it before they started doing this. I got an average of about 10,000 new subscribers a year or more, and they've frozen me, and now I watch the subscribers go up, and then I watch them subtracted. They do not want me to get 100K. Okay, and they also vastly limit who will ever see my movies in their feed, which is the way they design it, and it works on me. It's easiest just to launch YouTube and watch what they spin you. I don't go to these individual channels, which I should. I should go to these individual channels and watch, see who's posted. But in reality, I let's see what comes up, and I've discovered a lot of interesting things that way. I discovered the Maxwell Chikumbutsu free energy thing that way. That just came right up in my feed. So you do discover things still with that method, because also I think the Lord may send you those things. And by the way, I sent an email to the people who made the Foster Gamble, the gentleman who made the Mr. and Mrs. Gamble, who made the Thrive movies. I think their first movie, Thrive 1, got deleted from YouTube because I went to their website, and there was a big thing about YouTube censorship on their site, and their movie had been deleted. But apparently they uploaded Thrive 2 and addressed some of the issues that they had that YouTube wouldn't allow, such as talking about the, I don't want to say the word here, or my movie will be even more shadow banned. But I was just going to say that, before we lecture the Europeans, will you, Donald Trump, will you, J.D. Vance, do something about the awful, awful censorship on YouTube that is so illegal, so un-American, so unconstitutional, so unrighteous, and so wicked that it's a blight in all of our American faces every single day, that we should give a lecture to the Europeans when we find out that our country has been paying their media and social media millions to keep their mouths shut about important topics, censoring what the Europeans can see and hear. And they're freezing their butts off in winter because we bombed the pipeline for cheap energy from Russia to them. And so we're over there giving them a lecture. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have said that and that it wasn't a great talk. It was. And I applaud that he's bringing up those points, and I wouldn't diminish it. I'm just saying that we got to clean up our own act. A lot to clean up. Hopefully they are. Hopefully I'm wrong, that Trump himself isn't a shape-shifting reptile and all in on, or in any case, under complete control. Hopefully I'm wrong, and that maybe he is doing some individual good things or fighting how he can against the deep state reptilian empire that controls this world and this country. I hope that's the case, but I'm afraid at this point I'm quite a bit skeptical that that's actually the case. I'd love to have some hope, but there's too much evidence that that's actually not the case, and that the positive things that it's doing is just to cover up for the negative things. If you're watching this, it's not too late. Say this prayer now. Father in heaven, please save my soul by the work of your Son Jesus on the cross, and show me your pure words in the authorized King James Bible.
And I remember, I swear on a stack of Bibles, I remember a lizard man in that office.